All right. All right. I think we are good to go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 30. And I want to apologize, first of all. We've been off for a number of weeks, partially because of spring break. I was down in Texas with my family down there. And then, quite frankly, last week, I just didn't have the heart to do it. With everything that's kind of going on in the world, I just didn't feel it. And so anyway, we are back. We are live on, like I said, number 30. And I want to introduce everybody to the chat and in the panel. We're going to start, as always, with us. Mr. Jeff Morris is with us tonight. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going?
Good.
Good?
Staying in.
That's good. That's good. We also have from Wayne Manor North, Mr. Dan Dufault is with us.
Hey, guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Chris, great to be here again after a little break.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you're back as well. We have, of course, Mac Collections, Mr. Mac Main back with us tonight.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well and is Rona free.
That's right. I like it.
Yeah.
Hashtag Rona free. That's good. And then last but certainly not least, with us tonight from Secret Sanctuary, Mr. Jeff Delaney, the other Jeff.
Oh, nice to be back. Hello from California.
All right. Well, it's great that you're all here. It's great that everybody's in the chat. I'm really glad that you're with us. Sorry for that little bit delay. We were having trouble getting logged into the internet. But anyway, I just want to welcome you all. And it's been kind of a weird couple weeks. I will say that, the very least, it's been very strange. And it is a new normal, I guess you could say, our new normal. Hopefully everybody in here watching is staying safe. Hopefully everybody in here is, staying away from each other, doing the social distancing as much as possible. We all live in different parts of the country or different parts of the world. And everybody has their own kind of level of what's going on in their neighborhoods and their communities. I live in Kansas. We are right in the very center. Like my town still does not have a positive case yet, even though we know that there are probably, a ton that are positive, but we don't have, we just haven't done any of the testing here. Very, very little. And so I'm sure some of your communities are like that as well. I just wanted to say, if you are doing your part, if you are, again, hashtag Rona free, if you're doing what you can, I know everybody really appreciates that, trying to stay in. I know a lot of people work or have to go to work. I cannot say enough about all the people that are on the forefront here, medical, are people that are in the grocery stores or making food for us, or just everybody that is having to go out. I'm an educator, so our school has been called off for the year. We've spent the last week or so trying to figure out how to put everything online. We've been doing staff meetings and stuff online. I'm sure a lot of you might be doing something similar.
Yep.
But it's one of those things where, we are kind of creating a new normal. But me personally, I feel like it's very important that we all stay strong. We do our part. We continue to have hope. And I just wanted to start out by just asking the panel, how have you guys been in quarantine this week? This is our first show from quarantine, so whatever. But how are you guys all doing?
So far, so good. Family's good, family's safe. A little bit more of a hectic household these days with everybody within the same four walls. But no, everybody's good. We're very fortunate. Our local grocery stores have been relatively stocked. Our family is are safe. Family that live locally are safe, and otherwise not so locally. Overall, it's okay. It's a little stressful thinking about what the future holds, but overall, very good.
Very good.
Yep.
How about you other guys?
I was gonna say the same. Everything's going well over here. I haven't had work wise. In my profession, I guess I'm considered a essential work, but they've kind of been rotating us off for the week. So it kind of lets me kind of focus on something else other than work. I can do some work on YouTube and some stuff like that. But the family's safe. I've got stocked up on food. I got some toilet paper.
Now, are you one of the guys out there throwing elbows, trying to knock people down, or have you been pretty civil?
No, that's absolutely not me. I would never elbow nobody for some toilet paper. I'd be the type to try to give somebody some.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
what's kind of shitty is it's just people just the way they act. So I like to try to be positive as much as I can. So if you could help somebody else out that doesn't have anything, it should probably be a good idea to do that.
Love that. I love hearing that. That's awesome. How about you, Jeff Morris? How about you?
Doing okay. Went to the grocery store Monday or Tuesday. Monday, I think. It was okay. Though, it was still more crowded. But I think we had 25 cases in the county where I live now. We had our first death today due to the virus. Staying in, working on trying to straighten up my room. I have a big stack of boxes I'm trying to clean out. And other than that, just hanging out at home.
So do you work? Are you working from home, or do you
No.
have? No.
The office is closed because it's a driving school. So not essential.
Non-essential. That's right. And how about you, Jeff Delaney?
Doing pretty well. We have 185 cases in our county. We had our first death yesterday. My quarantine started rather abruptly last week when we had a case on campus. I'm also in education, and got the immediate notice to go home, and have been home ever since. Our grocery stores are much like yours. There's no toilet paper, but our local Irish pub came up with 4,000 rolls and sold them at their cost. So that was kind of fun last Saturday, picking up my 10 rolls of toilet paper from the local Irish pub.
There's so many jokes there, right? There's so many jokes.
I know.
You posted that on Facebook. I thought it was a joke.
No, it's totally true. Totally true. Yeah,
That was good of them to do that.
it was great. It was a really fun event too. In a time when people are all worked up, it was fun to have that levity with toilet paper. But no, I'm doing a little bit of work from home. Most of the systems I work on, I can't access from home. So I'm pretty much just answering email and doing whatever I can. But for the most part, it's spending time with my family and making sure they're happy and safe.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you guys are safe, and I hope everybody else out there is doing well and has what they need. I feel like it's really important. If you don't have what you need, don't be afraid to ask somebody. Hit somebody up. Make sure that you are doing video calls with people. I've been video calling with my mom, and she's not very tech savvy. But I feel like that helps. So make sure everybody's, at least staying connected. Especially, I have a family of 4, so I get to see them every day, but I keep, hearing people on the group that are by themselves. They don't have an animal, they don't have a dog or anything. And they're, by themselves this whole time. And who knows how long this will be.
That's hard.
It's very difficult, very difficult. So make sure you reach out. There's lots of online resources. And from me personally, I'm a news junkie. I like Dan was talking about CNN on the background. I'm somebody likes to watch the news a lot and stay up to date on everything. I find that you need to give that a break. You cannot look at the news. Somebody suggested, I think maybe one of the psychologists I was listening to, once or twice a day. Don't oversaturate yourself with that stuff, because it could, depress you and also drive you crazy. So
It's overwhelming.
it is overwhelming.
There's so much that it's easy to get sucked into, then feeling overwhelmed by.
Yep, absolutely. So make sure you're staying connected. And speaking of staying connected, I want to give a shout out real quick to the people in the chat real quick. We've got Kenneth Bird here. Hello. I think it's Sinette, maybe. I want to make sure. Melissa, I want to make sure I say that right. Sorry. Kenneth Bird, Edwin Diaz, Reconstructed Beauty. Hello. B. Alex Thompson, Hugo Cardozo, Austin Thang, Eric B's in the house, Jesse Hernandez, Joe Caramello, Greg F, Victoria. I like her name, Victoria Quinn, who laughs. That's awesome. Victoria was invited tonight, and she was going to be on, but she had to work, which is great. She works at a comic book shop, so that's great that she has some things to do, because that's another issue with comic book fans right now with this week.
Yeah, definitely.
Big one.
The cool selection, Dylan Hicks, Gabriel Ross, the Mitchells, John Cuevas, Archangels there, Wo Rang, Impra Collector, JW Statues, For Renzi Collect, Thornton Applebottom, sorry. Sorry if I miss anybody here. As we go, Dark Ranger says, "Hey Bat Fam, hope everyone is healthy. Nice to see familiar faces. Thank you very much. It's nice to be back on." And then another one here, Castle Freak. So good evening. Hope everyone is well. Well, let's start. I kind of brought up the fact of comic books. The kind of big news this week with Diamond Distributors. They're the ones that send out. Is it weekly comics? I'm not really sure. Do you guys know?
Yeah. Weekly.
So they are not sending out the issues right now. And again, I don't know how long that'll be. I keep hearing more and more about, possible the post office might shut down in 3 weeks, and there's all this various speculation. Of course, we don't know. And sometimes when we assume, it could be bad news to do that. But I'm assuming for people that are freaked out about that, eventually the mail will be delivered. Eventually those issues will be in your hands. But what do you guys think about that for the comic book community?
There was a piece of that, actually. I don't know which of you guys here on the panel has been following that closely, but one of the things I didn't see was any mention of digital distribution. Are they going to digitally? Do we know? Are they going to like Comixology and?
Yeah, I think they are. I think some of them.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get a lot of that stuff
Okay.
digitally now.
Yeah, I saw them promoting. I saw Batman 91 being promoted, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. So it must be just digital only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you keep the readers engaged, right? People
Yeah.
stay on the stories, and
Yep. Right. I mean,
Yeah. Do they? I don't know. I've not ever downloaded a digital comic. Do they still charge the same amount?
they do. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. And Chris, you haven't lived until you've had a comic on an iPad and laying in bed at night. So much,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
much easier.
I haven't done it. I have not done it yet.
The DC service that the streaming comfort had a lot of comics that you could read.
Yeah.
I mean, I went way back into stuff from the 70s.
Yeah.
And read some stuff.
It's probably really good quality, I would assume, too. The colors and everything, digital.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different experience. It's not the same as, I mean, I still love to hold a book in my hand and flip through the page. I mean, it's just a different experience. And for me, like I said, rather than trying to, fumble with a book late at night and my wife's trying to sleep, whatever, easier with an iPad, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, maybe I'll have to go that route now for a little while anyway. I just got through reading. I don't know if you guys saw my review, but I read that Harleen book. Have any of you read that book?
No.
No, I was thinking about ordering it.
It's on my desk, but haven't read it yet. And I honestly, I saw your thumbnail come up. I'm like, I didn't even want to read I didn't want any spoilers. Is that a spoiler free or spoiler?
It's pretty much spoiler free. I mean, really, you guys know the story already. I mean, you know the story, so it's like it basically just fills in all the blank spaces, really.
Gotcha.
There are other characters like we get to see Two-Face and some other characters in the book. So it's for the most part spoiler free, but it is one of the best books I've read in a long time.
I've heard that.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I was really impressed with the art. It's kind of that watercolor, like more realistic Lee Bermejo type art.
Nice.
I don't love the way the Joker is presented. He's this real pretty boy type, character. But some said the group is the reason why he's like that is because that's the way Harleen sees him.
Right.
Yeah.
She sees him as this good looking guy. And so, I want my mangled, crazy looking Joker. But in this book, he looks more like a regular guy that just happens to be a sociopath,
Speaking of Lee Bermejo inspired art, I saw Jason Fabok tweeted the cover he's doing. I don't know if it's a variant cover. It's a close up, a bust of the Joker for the Three Jokers.
Oh yeah,
and it looks just like Bermejo's Joker. Looks awesome.
It looks so good. I am really excited about the Three Jokers, and that comes out supposedly June, right?
June, supposed to, yeah.
So do you think they would release that digitally if they can't? Do it on paper?
Yeah. Yeah, I would think they got to keep that train moving, whether they're printing it or digitally distributing it.
You would think.
Yeah, right.
I mean, distribution has never stopped since comics began in 1933. There's never been this has never happened before.
Is that actually, Jeff, you'd be the one to know. I mean, so it continued kind of in earnest right through World War II?
World War II is the high point for comics.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. Superman was selling in the millions.
Wow.
The original Captain Marvel, now known as Shazam, was selling in the millions.
Wow.
That was the high point for comics, for sure.
Well, think about it as cheap entertainment back then too.
Yeah.
It was exactly what it is. It's a way to escape reality, kind of like a Rogues Gallery live show.
Yeah.
Cheap entertainment, folks. Jesse Hernandez says Isley is confirmed for next year, supposedly. So I had not heard that, but that'd be cool.
Yep.
I'm assuming, Jesse, it's the same artist, and that would be amazing if it was. That'd be really cool. I really can't say it enough that the Harleen book was really well worth the read. I'm glad to hear that you guys have it, some of you, because I think it was incredible. I really do.
Yeah, I think so too. Sorry, I'm having internet problems over here. So, but I second that. That's a great book, great read.
I'm glad you read it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of internet, just so you guys on the channel know, and if whoever's watching, YouTube has said that they're going to kind of downgrade quality. So everybody's videos will default to, I don't even know if it's like 3.8 or 720. I don't know what it's going to default to. But you can go in and change it to a higher quality if you want, but they're trying to limit how much quality is going out there because they're needing the internet services throughout the world. So if you notice the video quality is not that great, you can change it. But that's why if you're watching YouTube a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you will be watching YouTube a lot, Netflix and other streaming services, but some of those, the quality might be a little less for sure. Hugo Cardozo. Did they say that right? Cardozo. Chris, are you excited for Punchline? I am. I still don't know much about her. Do you guys know anything about her yet? Like, other than she's, attacks. It's kind of like the opposite of Harley Quinn, basically.
I haven't been able to pick up any of those issues. I tried to, I think, the day that that was released, and of course it was sold out all over the place. And I'm not going to pay $40 for any of those issues.
Yeah, I'm kind of to the point where I kind of am waiting now until they're in hardcover form.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I don't need to do the individual issues. I would never be able to keep track of them. To be able to when one stops and when starts. I don't know. So I've really been getting into hardcovers lately. The omnibus and absolutes are really great, but to me they're very difficult to read. I'd rather have a nice hardcover graphic novel anyway. But Yeah. So have any of you read anything else good lately?
I have yet to read this, and I'm about to start this one.
Well,
Tonight.
I tell you, I'm gonna be real honest with you, Dan. I started reading that this week.
Yeah.
And I can't. I think I'm like maybe 20 pages in, and I can't do it because it's too close to home right now.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean it's all about a virus and it takes everybody out. Like, and I couldn't. It was too stressful to read it.
oh no.
So I'm just gonna warn you, give it a shot. But I'm not gonna read it until after all this is over.
Oh boy.
But that was just me. It was just hit too close to home. But crazy. But the rest of you, anything else new that you've read?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go into.
Sorry, I'm having some serious.
Do what?
Max having audio problems.
I'm lagging real bad. Like
Okay.
everything.
Mac, you got to tell Lady Mac to get off her computer.
Yeah, she knows she's not on.
She does.
She's not on her right now. She knows.
Well, we can still hear you just fine, so that's good. Let's go into topic number one right here. And this is something we were talking about kind of this week is how should we prioritize collecting during quarantine? I've seen some people panic. I've seen some people post that I'm going to sell my whole collection because I think people just in general are worried about the longevity of all of this, of how long quarantine will last. Of course, if people are not making income, if they're needing their money, to stretch as far as possible, people might start thinking about selling their statues. Some people are saying, well, this is a good time to buy. Some people are saying, I'm gonna get rid of all my pre-orders. So I kind of wanted to talk, Dan, you really said it really well in our group the other day about, how can we prioritize during these times? Like, what do you think, or what are you going to do? Like, what do you think maybe collectors should do during this time? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you for me personally, what I did is I just, I mean, and to be completely honest, I mean, I kind of had done this even before all of this broke out. And I mean, if you look back on some of the conversations we've had on this show, past several shows, really, you have talked about this in various ways. How do you manage the volume of statues, right? I mean, prior to this, statue companies going full bore, how do you manage it? So I found myself prioritizing anyways. And I just basically went and just did another pass at that prioritization. I said, looked at which ones do I think will be readily available on the secondary market, which ones may actually appreciate a little that I might have to pay more for down the road. And then just looked at it with a conservative lens or through a conservative lens, looking at what's really important to me, and what's the responsible thing to do given circumstances. And so, I mean, I narrowed it down a little bit.
So do you still have pre-orders then?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. How about the rest of you guys? What are you guys doing currently?
I was trying to slow down, just to slow down in general, just because I have this move coming up here, hopefully here within the next couple of, the next year here. So I don't want to have to move all these statues the more I keep coming in here. So, but just current times.
Yeah, absolutely. How about the Jeffs?
I haven't changed anything because of the virus. Like Dan said, I was slowing down a little bit before all this started. I do have 4 pre-orders still with Sideshow, including, I wrote them down actually, Colossus, Flash, Deja Thoris, and the life-size Baby Yoda. And then I have a half dozen from Tweeterhead. But none of those are due in the next couple of months anyway. But again, for me, at the moment, it's more about space. I'm lucky in that I am still being paid during the quarantine, so I'm not having to worry too much about that. But space issues continue, so I'm dealing with that.
Okay. How about you, Jeff?
I've got a couple of hot toys. Nebula and Captain Marvel, and that's it. I didn't have any statues ordered before this happened anyway. So
let's say, are all of you guys getting paid currently still during all of this?
Yeah.
I am, yeah.
Yep, I am.
I am as well. So let's pretend like we're not. Let's say that we're uncertain. We will get paid when all this is over, but right now we're on a hold. Would you be pre-ordering anything at this point?
No.
Absolutely not.
Even if, let's say, it was, it's not going to be out for another year and a half.
I wouldn't do it.
no.
Probably not.
Yeah, I would be the exact same. There are some that even though I am getting paid during this, I would still be real hesitant to add a whole bunch of pre-orders onto my list. I am currently keeping my pre-orders that I have. I'm going to agree with a lot of you that said in this room that we've been slowing down. This has been a growing trend for a long time. I think most collectors have to because of prices. Before all this with shipping and everything else, we like Dan said, we've talked about it ad nauseum about having to slow down. It's really just most of us we have to do that. So I am planning on keeping my pre-orders. I could see again why some people would dump them. Of course, you can always go back and reorder something, if you want to. It's not like the old days where if you didn't pre-order day one, you weren't going to get it. The companies are making so many statues these days. You're going to be able to find one again if you're patient. I did buy a statue during quarantine, which I'm really glad I did. Let me show it to you real quick here, so you guys can see it. Back over here, right there. I did get that Batman. It's a little teaser for a video that's coming up here real soon. But I did get the Batman premium format. Eric B had a great price on it, so I had to jump on it. So thank you, Eric, if you're still in here, if you're still in the chat. But that's probably the only statue that I would buy during quarantine. Is there anything that you guys would buy during this time if something came up? Like, would you still buy something in the buy sell trade groups or things like that if something came up?
Sure.
It'd have to be
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I guess. Yeah.
Since we are getting paid, if the right piece came up at the right price, I'd still be willing to pick something up. It's actually a fairly good time to do it. I mean, apparently Sideshow still is working. There are guys in the warehouse fulfilling orders. So if there's a stock item that you want, maybe you've got rewards points, it might be a good time to do it. It does raise another question, though. There are a lot of people out there, a lot of collectors who are not being paid right now. And it might be a time for Sideshow and Prime One and XM and Iron Studios to maybe forgive the non-refundable deposit. If someone's in a hard spot, maybe they should allow them to get their deposit back.
I think that would be amazing. Yep, absolutely. And I could see them doing something like that. Like, I've seen them do things like that where you have something in your life that's going on and people have posted, they say, hey, we will forgive that. And I know they always have that one-time forgiveness, but I think under the circumstances, they would be willing to work with you. Their customer service has always been so good.
Yeah. The other thing that to think about before you cancel it is they do have the policy that if it's delayed you can get the deposit back without being penalized. So
yeah, it's like 90-day delay, I believe.
I don't think it's that long. I think if it's a delayed period.
Well, I think the last time I tried to do that, they said 90 days to me.
Oh, okay.
And because I was kind of surprised too, because I've done that before where, it was going to be like 6 months later. So I don't know. I would check with Sideshow, but that was what my experience was last time. That's probably been a couple months ago.
Yeah, that's how I canceled the Justice League Superman that I ordered from Sideshow. It was more than 3 months late, so I got back my deposit and my rewards points.
So 3 months. Okay. So yeah, I think it's 90 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, if they were able to do something like that for collectors.
Yep.
But anyway, looks like a lot of people, there's some people that are holding off on pre-orders. Looking at the chat, some people have said that they're who said Sam Blake right here. I've been pre-ordering like a madman. So that's great. You know, like I said, some people might be selling off their collection, which is unfortunate. But that also might be a great time to buy too, if you see a good price on something, and it might be helping somebody that needs the money out. So I can kind of see it both ways. But
yeah, it's probably a terrible time to sell.
Yeah.
As far as getting a decent price, I would think it's a really bad time.
oh god, no, you're not making a lot of money, for sure. But there might be like I said, there might be some people that feel like they're desperate and they need something. But again, before you go out and sell your collection, if you have resources, you know, ask somebody for help before you do that. So you know,
They'll be like,
use it. You know, I would just say the community is great. You know, if you just ask, somebody will be there for you.
yeah, nobody's going to be trading 1/4 for toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about something, but from some of the smaller companies, or what's the possibility of if you put up money and that company goes under?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about that because there may be some of the smaller companies just not make it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we talked to Chad at Tweeterhead and about how some of his sales, some of his exclusives aren't selling, and you know, that's whenever they went to the website and they changed the payment plans and all that. So I mean, when you talk about a company like that, I think of, you know, it's a smaller company. You know, I know that seeing people that they've still been commenting in Facebook about how, well, like, where's my statue? Like, why don't I have it yet? People, we are in a world pandemic. You know?
Yeah.
You have to understand that your statue is probably still being made somewhere, and it's going to be late. It's going to be really late. So the fact, you know, I saw actually, I did see some photos from Prime One that had, like, they were giant Prime One boxes lining the entire street.
Yeah, I saw that.
They were getting ready to be shipped out. Like, so I don't know how they're able to do it. But companies are still trying to get you the product. But for Pete's sake, give them some slack. You know, it's insane to me that people are complaining about statues being late right now. But people are just trying to survive right now.
How people are ignoring the warnings about social distancing, and you still have people that, how many thousand went to Florida on spring break? It's like, of course they're going to complain because their stuff is coming in late.
Yeah.
And people, it's the end of the world.
Well, it's crazy to me to see that. If you see it in my own town, where people are not taking it seriously, and it just boggles my mind because it's affecting everyone else. I guess it's just selfishness, really, and that's unfortunate. But it is the world we live in, unfortunately. But anyway,
you know what this time is? This is a really good time to appreciate the statues you already have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Good point.
yeah, absolutely. And not only statues, but everything you have. You know, I see people all the time that are saying, you know, it's like, oh, I'm stuck at home. That's a blessing in itself. If you're able to be home with your family, or being able to be with your collection, like Jeff just said, you have to look at it as a blessing, because how often do we get that time? Like, how often do we get those moments? But
Well, and like that meme that's been going around Facebook, it's not like you're being asked to storm the beaches at Normandy.
Yeah,
You're
right.
being asked to stay home on your couch and watch TV. I mean, that's not too much of a sacrifice.
absolutely. DC Marvel United says, I'm glad everything is being pushed back. It gives me time to save and pay down existing collecting debt.
Sure.
Absolutely. You can look at it like a blessing like that too, that this delay, this timeout is a great way to get caught up with yourself. So I think that's great. Victoria says, being quarantined and spending more time with my statues makes me appreciate it more, especially since now I see the little details I've missed. And that's very true. You know, this is a great time to slow down. And just, like you said, appreciate what you have. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's very good.
Anything else you guys want to say about collecting during all of this before we move on?
Will you guys be POing anything coming up? Anything expected?
I personally have considered the Batman Hush.
The Batcave one.
Batcave.
Batcave. And we'll look at a few. I don't have very much this week, but we'll look at a few pictures of that and talk about it. But that's one I've considered.
Yeah.
But how about the rest of you guys?
Iron
I'm
Studio-
considering that one.
What's that? Oh, you
I'm
consider
considering that one. I'm a little bit. I would love to see it in person because the pictures that Kelvin posted originally, I really liked the shade of blue, and then other pictures were posted by someone else where it was kind of a really light blue.
We'll
Yeah.
see those photos too. Yeah, we'll see those photos.
So I want to know what the true colors are.
Yep, I thought the same thing, Jeff.
Yeah, I agree.
Iron Studios Joker. I'm waiting for that 1/3 Joker.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Oh, yeah. They,
Yeah.
Why have they not put that up for pre-order? We got the teaser last week.
last week, yeah.
They're like, okay, well, maybe they're finally going to put it up.
I know. I don't
So,
know.
you know, with the way the world is, maybe that's why they're not. You know, they
That
don't.
might
You know,
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how things in South America are pretty bad. So that's probably where the official word would come from.
yeah, because it's out of Brazil,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Studios. But yeah, I put that Joker way above the Batman Hush
Oh, yeah.
for me for pre-order.
Yep.
Yeah, way above. Is that one you're interested in, Mac?
Say it again.
Are you interested in that the Joker from Iron Studios?
Yeah, I am, but I was able to, since I have the Lee Vermejo coming. I'm good. I think I'm about jokered out. even though I just have one.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, man, I'm glad you said that Joker because I don't know. It's just been so out of thought for so long. I feel
I
like
know.
that. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. But that's a great one.
Is much else coming up for PO in the near future? I can't think of anything that's even coming.
Not a ton that's been really advertised that I can think of.
Yeah. I was hoping for something better out of the Sideshow birthday celebration.
Yeah, I do want to tip my hat to Sideshow. Man, what an incredible code event. I mean, they gave away so much money, which was insane. And thanks to everybody that participated in the chat groups. It was incredible. Almost everybody followed the rules, so that was good.
Yeah.
Only had to boot a couple people out of there. And
Thanks for doing that, Chris. I got all $75.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I think I only missed 2, I think. But that's great. The one that the website was down, you even got it for that one?
I got them all.
That
Yeah.
is fantastic. That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Wow.
$75.
Yeah, good
I mean, that's phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
not bad.
paying shipping plus more for a lot of us. So that's really great. So I want to tip my hat to Sideshow for that. Yeah, I would have loved to see a few reveals, but maybe they're just not to that point. It'll be real interesting to see with all of the conventions that have been canceled. Like My Planet Comic-Con has been postponed all the way to August. So I was bummed about that, but I think it was the smartest thing in the world for them to do. And they've canceled basically every con in the next month or two. Of course, San Diego Comic-Con, everybody's predicting that it would be canceled, which does suck, but that's also the time that Sideshow does all of their big reveals.
Yeah.
What do you guys think they'll do? Do you think they'll hold off, or do you think they would still kind of create some some kind of buzz to put out a bunch of new statues since they didn't really do anything with the birthday celebration.
I think they should invite the Secret Sanctuary up to their offices to do a tour of all the new pieces.
I like the way you think. Can I fit in your suitcase so I can go with
Sure. Yeah,
All right,
the
great.
mobile Secret Sanctuary.
you? That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
But I do have to worry because I think the Olympics were scheduled at the same time as San Diego. So the
Yep.
Olympics have canceled. It
Postponed.
seems likely.
Pushed it back.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But it's likely San Diego could suffer the same fate.
Yeah. I just can't imagine them going forward with it at this point unless something drastically changes.
Right.
So,
Maybe they'll virtually reveal or have, do something like a week-long event where they show something new every day or
Yeah.
they get creative with it.
I think they could get real creative, and do something special. I really feel like last week with the birthday stuff was really trying to get people's mind off of things and, really trying to throw a bone to the collectors.
Yeah.
And it's got to be difficult for them because, like you said, I would imagine that people are not as willing to buy right now. I know that there are some collectors that are still buying like normal, and that's fine if you're able to do that. But I do feel like being cautious is also a great thing, at least for the next couple of months, just as we go through all of this. But
Yeah,
anyway,
they gave away lots of points.
say that again.
They gave away a lot of reward points.
Yeah, I
Way
just
more than during Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was very generous. Very generous. I want to move on real quick to topic number 2. Won't keep you guys too long tonight. But topic number 2, we were kind of talking about how we're taking care of our collection. A lot of us have more time on our hands here at home. Like I said, I have not been real motivated. I've been kind of down in the dumps last week, trying to wrap my mind around everything. And so I haven't been really into making content. I'm getting more and more to that point, and I'm wanting to. There's so.
Okay, Dan, you take over.
All right. Take over. So while Chris is frozen
With
and
boards and stuff, they're all.
is he back?
No, he's gone.
He's not
He's
back.
gone.
Right.
No, there he is. There he is.
There he is.
He's having the same problems I am.
He's got that look on his face that I had the first time I was on.
I'm not sure if anybody can still hear me or not.
Oh,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Internet
Hear
issue.
you?
we got you, Chris.
Yeah, I know that look.
Anyways, when we were talking about topics the other day, while Chris fixes his connectivity problem, we were tossing ideas around, and one of the ideas I said, one of the things I find myself doing, what you're seeing behind me here, I'm sitting in my collection room, which is also my home office, and so what I've been doing on conference calls is I've got my AirPods in, and I am walking around my office dusting my statues. So.
That's all
And
right.
what do you use to dust them with?
Oh God, you had to ask, right? So
Yeah.
I don't remember which one of you guys suggested them, but makeup brushes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's me.
absolutely.
Yep.
I use the makeup brushes. I've got one right here.
I'll pull mine out too then.
Yeah, see, the tools of the trade.
That's right. That's
Uh,
right. Absolutely.
So I've been walking around doing probably a better job than I normally do. I mean,
Yeah.
They come in a nifty pouch. Who
You
knew?
got a
Oh, fancy.
nice little case. Hell
There you
yeah. That's good. Yeah.
you've got a whole assortment. There you go. Those are the tools of the trade. But
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Grab something. Let me grab something that I got for Christmas that is really kind of cool.
oh boy.
This one's good for your eyeliner.
Get that Jack Sparrow look. That's awesome. Sorry, I cut out there for a second. My internet was having some issues, I guess, too. So
It's contagious.
it is,
No
I
problem.
guess. Yeah. I was just saying, like my boards, like my wood boards and stuff, like it's chipped, and I haven't had a chance to really paint it because we've been trying to still get stuff where it's supposed to be in the house. So I feel like now I'm finally ready to finally start doing some of that.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys have you thought about like rearranging or adding to your collection while you're home more?
I actually have thought. I've got a couple of ideas. I've been thinking about. I noticed a couple of you guys. I thought I was bad with, keeping of lists and what's where and all that. But the one thing I haven't gone so far is to take pictures and then Photoshop statues in to those slots. I've seen a couple of collectors do that.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It lets you see what it looks like.
Yeah, it's awesome, right? So I've thought about doing that because I got a couple question marks around some inbound pieces, although I don't know when they'll be inbound. But the few bigger POs that I have, I mean, Batman Who Laughs is sitting out there.
Yep.
That I would imagine once they spin up at anywhere near full capacity, that should be coming. And then Bermeo Joker and 0 Year Batman later in the year. But those are big pieces.
Good piece.
Those are some big pieces. So I've been, really eyeing space and what I want to move where to accommodate them. So
that's cool. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Anybody? Oh, Jeff, Jeff's got the Dustbuster. I like
Well,
hold on.
actually, shoots.
I use an air purifier that I turn on when I'm down here at times, so that keeps down on dust and everything too.
Yeah,
so I recommend that.
Hold that up, Jeff. Very cool.
Is that a lot of air pressure?
Yeah, you have to stand back.
Do you remove like the portraits and stuff first, or I'd be worried I'd knock one off.
I actually hold on to the pieces that move around
Okay.
when I use it or take them off. But it's really good on the Hot Toys I have too.
Okay.
Like where dust gets on the fabric and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and on the shelf.
Right.
that's cool.
I have doors.
Here you go, Jeff.
There you go. I think that's heavy duty.
It's got 2 speeds to answer the other Jeff's question.
Yeah,
We modulate air pressure.
mine has 2 speeds too.
There you go. And I do what Jeff does. I hold on to the parts that when I know I'm near an area where it's a piece that comes off, I'll hold on to it.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
I think we should do a collab video where we go shot by shot of everybody using their turbo dusters. I love it. I think we should do it. That'd be hilarious.
it's very loud.
It is loud. Yeah, they are loud little things. Yeah.
The dog raises tail and the cat runs off. The cat's eyes get really big, and she's like.
So something else I do that I've mentioned before is I pull out one piece every night and dust it.
Yeah.
And that kind of falls back into the category of what we were just talking about, appreciating the pieces you already have. Because when you see it away from the display, it's kind of like the first time you unboxed it. You're seeing it on its own, and you do appreciate it again doing that. The drawback is that sometimes you also discover defects you didn't see originally.
Yeah.
Or you might remember that my Sideshow Electra leaned and I had to get it replaced. That I found that out when I brought it out to dust it. I noticed one of her feet was 1/4 inch off the base. So it's also a good way of monitoring your collection to see everything's holding up correctly.
Dylan Hicks asks, this is for Dan. How would you do that? Take pictures of a shelf or something and take pictures of your statue and overlay them? Want to give them
So what I do is, take pictures. You've got 3 statues on a shelf or 2 statues on a shelf, and there's room for a third. I'd simply take a picture of the shelf of the shelf with the 2 that are there, position where they would be with the spot for the third, and then bring that photograph into Photoshop. Take a picture of the statue you're going to buy, and overlay it as another layer in that Photoshop. Kind of erase everything else around it, and there you have that piece. Pretty easy to scale that image inside of Photoshop.
I'll tell you too that something that I use a lot. So I use Photoshop a ton doing my thumbnails for my videos and stuff. And the file without a background is called a PNG.
Yes.
If you're not familiar with that, but like Sideshow, on all of their products, like in the bottom corner, like where it shows kind of, all of those are PNG. So all you have to do is just overlay that over the top of your picture of your room, and it's real simple. If it's a Sideshow item, if not, you might have to erase the background. But
right, exactly. Yep.
But that's just a helpful tip.
That's a great point about those lower pictures in Sideshow. You're right; those are all PNG.
Yeah. Are you laughing, Mac, about all these jokes?
Yeah. Oh
Is that
man.
actually Lady Mac in there?
Yeah, that's her.
That's Lady Mac. All right. Well, welcome, Lady Mac, for the first time on the show. That's awesome.
Yep, she's here. Just tell her I didn't wait, never mind. She can hear me. I was like, just tell her I didn't buy anything.
Now, when are we going to get Lady Mac on the show?
She's never gonna get on the show.
Never?
No. You might catch a snippet over on the DCX chat from here from her.
All right.
On the show, but she doesn't really get. She's not on the camera. It's not her thing.
Dan and I have talked about it. We're going to have couples night here one of these
Right.
days. So be ready for that.
That might work. You get your wife and
Okay.
somebody else's wife, and they have a little bit of wine. She'd probably be up for it.
There you go.
All right. There you go. I like it. Well, let's see. We're getting close to wrapping up here. Let me. Let's go into those few photos that I have. Is that cool with you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
All right.
Hey, Chris, while you're doing that, I've got a question for the group. I saw somebody post in the Facebook group this week, and I apologize, I don't remember who it was. Posted a picture of their Dark Knight Returns statue leaning heavily. Did you guys see this?
I have not seen that.
No,
The original one.
the Dark Knight Returns original one. Yes, the
Oh,
original.
yeah. I think I did see a picture of it.
Yeah,
And I can't figure out why it would.
I couldn't figure that either, unless I couldn't figure it at all. And I was just wondering. I don't know, Mac. You have that piece, right? Mac. Uh-oh.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Do you have the Dark Knight Returns?
I don't have that one. No.
Oh, I thought you did for some. Okay.
No. I have the Hush Batman.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I knew. Anyways, I was just wondering if anybody in the group was seeing that issue.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Because it's so straight up and down. Like it's
Right.
I don't know why it would. There's nothing like the cape isn't heavy or anything
Right.
on it, but
How was it leaning? Sides or forward or
It looked like
back?
it was leaning backwards because the front toe was up about at least a quarter of an inch.
and I will say this.
Oh,
I will say this with other Prime 1 things that I've had. If you if you guys all know, but they all have those big metal prongs.
Yeah.
They go down into the polystone.
Yeah.
But if you've moved statues a lot, if you take out the statue
yeah.
and you put them back in a whole bunch, that little hole starts to deteriorate.
Yeah.
If he has done that, I can see where if it would lean backwards because there's no polystone there to hold it straight up anymore.
It's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
So that's a possibility. I don't know. Again, I don't know which collector it was, but
Yeah.
it'd be real interesting to see the hole if it had changed.
Yeah, good point.
That one shouldn't be. That one shouldn't lean.
Right.
All right, let me turn that off and let's go into the photos real quick here.
So,
All right, guys. You see that photo? Is it showing the photo now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't see it on my end. So, so this is the Hush we were talking about. It's been out for a week or two now. What do you guys think of this piece?
I like it.
I think it looks great, and in this light or in that picture, the colors look great.
Yeah.
I agree.
But
But
then we get into a few others. Let me see.
it definitely looks enormous too, with that
Yeah.
base.
Mm-hmm.
Looks huge.
So this is the art it's taken from right here.
Yep.
The next photo I have is some people have some complaints about it where they were.
That one.
Yeah, that ain't good.
So
Yeah.
here's where you see the blue. It's
Yeah.
much lighter in these photos, but it could be a flash.
Could be.
some of the problems with this piece that people have is the cape isn't big enough. They wish that the cape had kind of billowed out more like the art. If you notice in the art here, it really billows out. And in this one, it's very narrow. Also, the back computer down here, it's supposed to be like a forced perspective thing, but then I think they kind of backtracked and say, oh, no, it's just a floor sensor computer or something.
There's no such thing.
Even
I don't buy that one bit.
I kind of felt like it was a forced perspective fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I think that they should just do the cave and get rid of that, work on the cape.
Yeah.
I think I agree. Yeah.
But apparently they announced that they're not changing it.
Mm.
They said they would fix the rib part that looks odd,
Yeah,
but they're not going to change the
Yeah.
base.
the rib part that we're talking about is right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like somebody's
area-
punching out.
Which is really weird because here in the next photo, it's still there, but it's not nearly as
Announced.
sticking up and pronounced. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like
Shaded
it
a
more
lot,
in
though,
this photo.
too.
Say that again, Jeff.
There's a lot of shading on that picture in that area versus
Yeah.
where you get a full light hitting it front on. So
That's true.
Yeah.
I really like the cross hatching on the cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very Jim Lee.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
very gently. Yeah.
I love that too. And you know what? The one thing with this one is where the whole PO thing comes into play, Chris. And you touched on this earlier in the show. I don't really feel compelled to PO it because I think they're going to make like 4,000 of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that there will be a lot.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm going to see. I can't remember if I put. Oh, I didn't put the picture in. They also showed. I thought I had it. The picture of the exclusive.
They're
but
bigger.
the,
Edwin. Edwin. Yeah. The ribs are bigger than the Flintstones.
yeah, that one that gets hung on Fred's car at the end when it
Right.
kills the car.
Right.
The Bronto burger.
The Brontosaurus burgers, right?
One of the extra heads that if you order from Prime One Direct was the bandaged Hush head,
Yeah,
with half, which I think people liked, but also they just wish that they had a Hush figure. They just really.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just, I
which I do.
thought it just seemed off.
Yeah.
Kind of something you would never use.
Yeah.
I agree. It would be great to have, but not you never display it.
Unless you displayed it with the book.
Yeah.
It looked
Right.
really good
Yes.
with the book.
I can see that. I definitely can see that.
Right.
So these two have been kind of getting some comparisons this week. Obviously, Dark Knight Returns is coming out. I've got some photos, in-hand photos of it. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic. This is one that I have on pre-order, but I'm still not sure if I'd keep it. But I was curious as to which one of these two you like better.
Hush.
Hush. Yeah. Hush.
Yeah. I almost pre-ordered that The Dark Knight Returns, but I canceled at the last minute. I was decided. What stopped me? Just the pure size of it. I mean, whatever I get here going on out is more than likely I'm gonna have to box back up or either put into a space where something else used to be. So I just didn't really have the space for it. It was this one because I really do like the original one, but I decided that we'll see what happens when this move is done. But I do like it. I do like the Hush though too. It would be nice if they had that Hush, the exclusive portrait, on like another bust, like a mini bust that you could have like displayed by the side of it. That'd be awesome.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome. Yes.
That would be huge if they do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let
There
me
is
ask,
another switch out on the Hush with gritted teeth.
there is?
Yeah.
I don't
If
think
you look at the announcement for the pre-order, it shows the gritted teeth portrait.
Oh. With
Okay. I may have missed it. I wonder if I could find. Was it on Facebook?
Yeah, it was. You go to the Prime One group where they have the announcement for the pre-order tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah.
It shows the gritted teeth.
See if I can pull it up real quick here.
So Jeff Delaney, are you POing that piece?
I'm considering it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I sure wish I could see it in person because it seems like Sideshow and Prime One are making nice with each other. And I thought, gosh, maybe if there is a San Diego Comic-Con, we'll be able to see that piece at the show.
So there's the
So I don't know.
Bandit.
Yes, I'm thinking about it, but I agree with you that I don't think it's going to sell out. I think it's going to be pretty easy to find.
Yeah. Yeah.
See it there. Let me see if find it here. Prime One. Oh, right there. Okay.
There it is.
I can't believe I didn't notice that.
Yep, that's it. Actually, you know what? It looks like the same one as the exclusive. It just doesn't have the wrapping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
right.
exactly right. I don't know if I like that one as well as just the regular.
Yeah. That's why I say they got to do something else. They got to do something else. I just think the bandage head sculpt's going to throw that piece off completely, just like you guys said.
Well, I think the logical choice, since it's in the Batcave, is to have an unmasked portrait.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
So let me ask you this, okay? For the folks like myself that have the first version, Jim Lee, Hush Batman, would you want two? Would you get this one and that one?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a quick yes.
That was
Yes, it was. It was very. I'm surprised.
I like it better than the first one
Yeah.
because of the pose.
I could have both of them too, just to have them. But if I had to have, I guess I have to see it in person first to see if it, like for me, it'd have to be one or the other one. But it just depends on what they, what it look like in person. I know it's going to be great, but
Right.
I hope when they reveal the full gallery, there's a picture of it with the Hush Superman.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna look at it because I don't want to have to buy it.
I in my preview video, Mac, that I did, I had a photo that somebody had photoshopped of it next to him, and it looks good.
Well,
Looks real good.
I don't want to see it.
This is for the collectors that bought the Hush Superman.
Yeah, I agree.
That was the biggest complaint is the crouch down, and I love Johnny Pham's idea of having this big display of all of them together, but you would need a giant table to do it, and so I liked the art direction, but I think once then they canceled Nightwing, I think that all kind of went to hell, so to speak, and I think that they wanted to listen to the fans and say, hey, there's people that wanted to compliment that Superman a little bit better. But speaking of Superman, here he is right here. And I wanted to show you the two Dark Knights returns next to each other.
Damn.
So you can kind of see the size difference.
That's a big table.
Yeah.
Big
yeah.
That's somebody's dining table.
Yep, that's what it looks like. But I do think he looks really good here. I personally like the newer one better than the old one, but I think I'm in the minority of that. I think so many people love that first one.
So if you buy the new one, are you going to be disappointed when they announce the inevitable black and gray version?
Oh yeah.
Me personally, I think I still prefer the blue.
Yeah.
Because it's the source material,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a couple more photos here. I've got this is also announced around that same time that they're going to be doing a Wonder Woman. Do you guys know, is this 1/3 scale or is this half?
I don't think they've announced the scale.
Okay, I thought that was weird.
I thought so too.
Because Queen Studios has announced their half scale that they're doing. So I thought that was weird that Prime One came out and then didn't say. So
see, I got them confused, and someone posted this on the Prime One group and asked what the scale was, and I responded half scale. So I was thinking of Queen Studios.
Yeah.
And Kelvin said, "No, we don't know yet what the scale is. So I guess it's not announced."
Weird.
Yeah.
And then at that same event, they did reveal a second head sculpt for the half-scale Batman with the sonar. So that's a nice touch for the people that are wanting to collect that version. But
Yeah, I like that. I like that too.
But that
Yeah.
was half scale, right?
that one, yeah, that one's half-scale. Yeah. There weren't a lot of other reveals the last couple weeks. Can you guys think of anything I might have missed? I can't think of anything really. Like we're talking about kind of lack of pre-orders, but I can't think of anything else that's really come out.
Yeah, I haven't really been paying that much attention to it. I'm kind of like you, Chris, where this whole like thing, thing that's going on is kind of made me kind of rethink, I guess, kind of like what I'm doing, I guess. But it's just, it's such a downer, man.
Yeah.
It is.
So
It is. But with that said, I find that still being part of this community, still having the conversation, still trying to kind of go about business as normal is good for the brain.
Yeah.
Making sure that we're connected, like I said at the very beginning, it's so important that we are connected to one another. And
Yeah, that's a big
reaching
help.
out, especially if you start feeling, you're real alone or isolated, or you're going stir crazy. That's when it's a really good idea to reach out to one of us. Make sure you're still getting outside where you can. Go for a walk. We've been trying to go for a walk every night. Just stay away from everybody. But I hear you. This has been a crazy, unbelievably difficult couple weeks. I'm afraid to say it's not going to get easier before it gets better. But I think that we still do what we do. I think be smart with your money, be smart with your pre-orders. But hopefully, a couple months from now, we'll look back at this and be like, thank God it's over, and we can go back to doing things as we normally do, but maybe with a different perspective. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so I want to give something away here. Let me get my phone out here. I did a review not too long ago of the Tweeterhead Batman. Dan's going to be doing a Tweeterhead review of Catwoman, and we're doing that for the channel, and that was given to us by Todd at Spec Fiction.
Both pieces are awesome.
Say that again.
Both pieces are awesome.
They are absolutely amazing.
I love that Batman. I got the blue one and love it.
It is phenomenal. And when we were originally talking about, how to give it away, Todd was like, do whatever. We were going to maybe do it for one of our anniversaries or something like that. But I decided that I wanted to do it to try to uplift the community a little bit, because it has been, like we just discussed, it's been hard for a while, and it might be hard for a long time. And so I wanted to give it away. I wanted to give it away to somebody that was watching in that video. And so I wanted to give it away live here. I'm going to use this Ticket app, and takes everybody's comment from the video. I basically just said, make sure that you pledge that you will do something to help somebody, and hopefully you are doing that. I can't verify that anybody is doing that, but hopefully you're doing your part in your community and staying safe and helping somebody out along the way. So here we go. The winner is Billy Jenkins. Billy Jenkins, if you're watching, Billy said, "Thank you, Chris, for bringing going on in our lives right now. I pledge to be socially responsible and do my due diligence to stay home as much as I can. Lately, I've been making some grocery runs for my landlord, who has been very frightened by this whole outbreak. It may be small, but I think that these little acts of kindness are very important during times which test our humanity towards one another. Stay safe and love your neighbor all." So congratulations to Billy. Billy Jenkins, if you would email me at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. We'll make arrangements to get that out to you. And again, thank you to everybody that participated. That was so awesome. And I'm going to encourage you to continue to do that. Continue to spread your kindness and love throughout your community in any way that you can, whether that's financially, whether that's, volunteering to help somebody that can't get out and get groceries, because I believe that we can get through all of this together, but it is going to take us all doing our part, for sure. Anything you guys want to add to that?
I think you said it best.
I think you did too.
Yeah.
Try to stay
All right.
positive. Yep.
All right. Well, I can't thank you guys enough for being in the chat, for sticking around, and hopefully we provided you a little bit of entertainment tonight to take away some of your stresses. It's hard to do these shows without talking about what's going on in the world around us. But we'll continue to be putting out shows for you guys. We'll probably be back in a couple weeks, depending on how things are going. But stay tuned for that. And guys in the panel here, thank you guys for being on tonight. I really appreciate it, as always. But thank you guys for watching. If you haven't done so already, please visit Secret Sanctuary on YouTube and also Mac Collections on YouTube. And also, if you would like to, please hit that like button. That does help people find this content. So thank you very much. And thank you guys so very much for watching. So we'll see you guys in a couple weeks, and we'll see you in the back cave. Good night, everybody.
Have a good night,
Stay
guys.
healthy.
Nice.
Good night. Good night.